welcome back to another episode of Motivational Mondays, where we kick off your week with positivity, inspiration, and a little push to get you closer to your goals. I'm your host, Gina Zarina Queens, and today we're talking about something that has the power to shape your future, and that is building good habits. Your habits, those small things you do every day, are what creates your life. It's not the big flashy moments that define you, it's the quiet choices you make day after day. Aristotle said it best. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but an habit. So let's talk about how to build habits that actually stick and how to stay consistent even when motivation runs really low. And we'll do that by figuring out why habits matter more than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you'll feel fired up and other days you'll feel like womp. You won't want to do anything. So that's why habits matter more than motivation, because when motivation fades, your habits keep you moving. It's like second nature or something, or your body can't help but to do it, or your mind, I should say. But Robert Collier once said, success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Your daily habits are like bricks you lay down. So building the life you want, one action at a time. So the question is, are your habits helping you build the life you want, or are they keeping you stuck? So I'm about to give you like 3 ways to building good habits that stick, So let's get practical for a second. These are 3 simple, easy ways, that to build habits that last pretty much. So number 1 is start small. I always tell you that to start small, because it's better to think about. When you think about the grand scheme of things, sometimes it can get a little overwhelming. So I always say start small, about the smallest, minute thing that you can do that can be an easy change for you. So start small and be specific. Don't aim to overhaul your whole life overnight, because that's overwhelming. But, start with one small, clear habit. Instead of saying I'll exercise more, say I'll do 10 minutes of stretching after I wake up. That is so easy, because when you get up, you want to yawn, put your arms out. So that could be like the helpful thing to start, something small. But number 2 is stack your habits, link a new habit to something you already do. So like, for example, after you brush your teeth, do 10 affirmations in the mirror. I mean, you're already standing in the mirror looking at your mouth. So just, stand there and say some good affirmations about yourself, your day, or your goals. This helps your brain connect to the new habit, to an existing routine. Like, so as soon as you brush your teeth and you're spitting out that last bit of water and looking at your teeth, and then you just go right into it. Just 10 little small things. Hey, look, 10's too much. Start out with 5. You know what I mean? Whatever your comfortability is, let's start there. And number 3, I always say this too, celebrate them small wins, because once you, reach a certain milestone, or once you feel like, okay, I'm really getting into this, whatever, celebrate that. Like, okay, I'm making progress. I'm really doing this. So, every time you follow through, take a moment to acknowledge it. That dopamine hit makes your brain want to repeat the behavior over and over and over again. So I hope I pronounced this guy's name, was his last name right? Ryun. Sorry if I'm messing that up. But he said, motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. So if you want lasting change, focus on the habit, not just the initial excitement. Next, we're going to go into the ripple effect of good habits. Good habits don't just affect one area of your life. They ripple out and create positive momentum everywhere. When you start the day with a good habit like meditation, journaling, or a healthy breakfast, exercising, etc., you're more likely to make better choices the rest of the day. It's like setting a tone that says, I care about myself and I'm showing up for me today. And here's the thing. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So build systems that support your goals one habit at a time. I really want to leave you guys with this. You become what you do repeatedly. So if you want to change your life, change your habits. This week, I want to challenge you to choose one small habit you've been wanting to start and commit to doing it every day for 7 days. Keep it simple, make it specific, and track your progress. And also, remember to reward yourself for that progress, And remember these words. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then it is not an act, but a habit. And that's Aristotle. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. And that's Collier. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. And that's Ryun. Your habits are building your future. So make sure you're building something that you're proud of. So, unfortunately, that's it for today for Motivational Mondays. I just want to thank you for being here with me. I hope this episode encouraged you to take one small, consistent step towards your goals. So, I just want to say until then, I'm reminding you to build good habits, stay consistent, and keep moving forward. Have a powerful and intentional week. Everyone, thank you. New listeners, welcome. Returning listeners, I love you guys. Thank you for coming back. So, unfortunately, we are out.